Go ahead and subscribe to this channel and enjoy this video, not just because it's beautiful, but because your name was whispered in heaven last night. Someone very powerful, someone who loves you deeply, made sure this message reached you today. This isn't a random video, it's a divine appointment. What you're about to hear might just save everything. Archangel Michael says it's an emergency. I have been waiting for over 2 hours to tell you this. This is not a joke. A private investigator was caught watching you. Open this immediately. Beloved, there's a reason you found this video. It's not an accident. The heavens know your heart, your fears, your battles, and today, I, Archangel Michael, was given divine permission to finally speak to you directly. What I am about to reveal has been hidden from you for too long, and what you choose to do in the next few minutes will change the path of your destiny. Yes, someone was caught, not by earth's law but by heaven's hand. A private investigator hired in secret, watching your steps, your decisions, even your silence. And you were never supposed to know, but heaven interfered. God said, "My child must be warned. You are not being paranoid. That gut feeling you've been pushing away, that chill that sometimes runs down your spine at night, that sudden silence around certain people when you walk in the room, it's not just in your head. Archangel Michael says they've been observing, reporting, planning, and heaven has had enough. There is something you must understand. This investigator was not ordinary. They weren't hired just for information. They were gathering evidence, and not the kind you think. Spiritual evidence, emotional patterns, the details of your soul's journey. Why? Because someone close to you is trying to stop your divine breakthrough. But don't be afraid. Heaven already took the first step to protect you. That's why this message was made. That's why you're here. You're not behind time. You're not late. You are right on divine schedule. Michael says, "Beloved, I begged God for 2 hours today to let me reveal this. I saw what they tried to do to you. I saw how they twisted your kindness, and I saw you cry when no one noticed. But heaven noticed, and now we are intervening. Please listen closely. Someone has been pretending to care. They've been asking questions that seem casual, but they've been recording the answers. They've been smiling at your joy, but hiding their jealousy like poison. They've even been copying your words, feeding them to someone who once walked away from you, trying to manipulate the story of who you are. But the truth is louder. The truth is holy, and God says, this time, my child will be defended by angels. Michael is not just sending this message as a warning. He is sending this as a gift. The next 48 hours are extremely important because now that the investigator has been caught, now that their spiritual surveillance has been interrupted, they are panicking. They are trying to destroy the evidence, but heaven already captured it. The scroll of your life has been sealed by the hand of God. They cannot erase what God remembers. Take a deep breath, beloved. You are safe now, but there is more you need to know. They thought they were invisible. They thought no one would ever know, but heaven saw what was happening behind your back. And not only did we see it, we documented every lie they whispered, every shadow they walked through, every trap they quietly laid in the path you were meant to walk. But listen to me closely, beloved. None of those traps will touch you, not anymore. I, Michael, have stood between you and their plans, and I didn't do it with a sword. I did it with a prayer because I believe in your light more than they believed in your silence. I cried out your name before God, and I said, "This one, this precious one, has been through enough. Let me protect them now." And God said, "Go." You have no idea how powerful your soul is. That's why they watched you. They weren't looking for your weakness. They were terrified of your strength. They tried to figure out how you keep surviving, how you keep rising after every heartbreak. They don't understand that your light doesn't come from this world. It comes from God, and no human investigator can decode a divine soul. But there's something else, something even more serious. The one who hired this investigator. You won't believe it, beloved. It's someone you once prayed for, someone you once forgave, someone you tried to carry even when your own heart was breaking. And yet they repaid your compassion with quiet betrayal. Please hear me. You are not crazy. You are not dramatic. You are not imagining any of this. Heaven is confirming what your spirit has been whispering for weeks, and I, Archangel Michael, was sent to speak it out loud so you never doubt yourself again. The truth has a sound, and that sound is breaking through every false story they try to build about you. Now, I need to tell you something very sacred, but before I do, go ahead and subscribe to this channel if your heart feels the truth in this. Not because it helps the video, but because it helps you. You are aligning your energy with a divine timeline when you say yes to heaven. Subscribing is a way of saying, "I receive this." And heaven responds to open hearts. Now, listen carefully. The investigator who was caught had something with them. A notebook with your name written in it, not once, not twice, but over and over again, as if they were obsessed with documenting your life, your choices, even the people you talked to. But here's what shook the heavens. In the last page of that notebook, they wrote down a prediction, a false one. But I, Michael, declare this today. You will rise, not fall, rise because that notebook doesn't carry God's signature. It carries fear. It carries control. But God's prophecy for your life is written in light. And no pen of darkness can rewrite what has been spoken in the language of angels. Now, there's something else that must be told. This entire operation, the hiring, the watching, the recording, it was never about information. It was about interruption. They wanted to delay something beautiful that was coming your way. They were scared you were about to find out who truly loves you, who truly misses you, and who is secretly returning very, very soon. Yes, beloved, someone is returning, and they are carrying something that belongs to you. Not a thing, not an object. A truth you were denied years ago, a confession that was buried. But heaven has shaken their heart, and now they are coming to speak. And that's what the investigator was afraid of, because once you hear the truth, your power activates, your destiny changes, and you no longer walk with confusion but with clarity, and that makes you unstoppable. Now Michael speaks this clearly. In the next 3 days, 2 messages will come to you. One will try to confuse, one will try to confirm, and your spirit will know the difference. Trust that. But I, Michael, declare this today. You will rise, not fall. Rise because that notebook doesn't carry God's signature. It carries fear. It carries control. But God's prophecy for your life is written in light, and no pen of darkness can rewrite what has been spoken in the language of angels. Now there's something else that must be told. This entire operation, the hiring, the watching, the recording, it was never about information. It was about interruption. They wanted to delay something beautiful that was coming your way. They were scared you were about to find out who truly loves you, who truly misses you, and who is secretly returning very, very soon. Yes, beloved, someone is returning, and they are carrying something that belongs to you. Not a thing, not an object. A truth you were denied years ago, a confession that was buried. But heaven has shaken their heart, and now they are coming to speak. And that's what the investigator was afraid of, because once you hear the truth, your power activates, your destiny changes, and you no longer walk with confusion but with clarity, and that makes you unstoppable. Now Michael speaks this clearly. In the next 3 days, 2 messages will come to you. One will try to confuse, one will try to confirm, and your spirit will know the difference. Trust that. The person who wants to speak the truth to you, they have been warned, they have been afraid. But something happened last night. They had a dream. In that dream, they saw your face. They saw your tears, and when they woke up, they couldn't breathe because they finally realized what heaven has been trying to show them. That losing you was their biggest mistake. But the enemy doesn't want this reunion to happen. That's why the investigator was hired, to interrupt the timeline. But now that we've exposed it, now that heaven has revealed it, it can no longer succeed. I want you to pause and breathe. This moment matters. Heaven is holding your name in the sky, Michael is standing behind you, and God is whispering, "My child, this is your turning point. You're not alone. You never were. Yes, beloved, this is your turning point, the moment where heaven bends down and touches the path you're standing on. And when that happens, everything changes. You won't have to beg for the love you were born to receive. You won't have to chase after peace anymore. Peace will start chasing you." Michael says, there is something sacred happening behind the scenes, but for it to manifest in your life, you must stay awake now. You must not skip this message, not even 1 second, because if you do, You may miss the exact word your heart has been asking for in silence. Someone close to you is about to say something shocking. It will start as a whisper, maybe even a joke, but behind their smile, something heavy is hiding. They are carrying a secret, one that involves you, and though they tried to keep it buried, Archangel Michael says, the weight of it is too much. They can't hold it anymore. They're about to speak. But beloved, not everyone wants this truth to come out. There are forces, not just people, but energies that are trying to distract you right now. That's why you've been feeling confused, why your sleep has been broken, why your mood has shifted suddenly without warning. They don't want you to hear this, but it's too late. You're already hearing it, and once divine truth enters the soul, it never leaves empty-handed. Listen carefully. Michael says, the person who hired the investigator has their own investigator now, God. And what they don't know is that heaven doesn't forget. Heaven keeps a record of every betrayal, but also every silent cry you've made that no one else heard. God is now balancing the scale. That's why you're seeing strange delays. Because divine justice is being prepared. Beloved, do not be alarmed if people suddenly disappear from your life in the next few days. Don't fight it. It's not rejection, it's protection. Some people were only attached to you because they thought you were weak. But now that your strength is being revealed, they're uncomfortable. Let them go. You're not here to explain your light to people who enjoy the dark. But also be prepared, because someone is about to show up in your life who will see you clearly. Not because they want something, not because they pity you, but because heaven assigned them. Their soul recognized yours before they even knew your name. They've been dreaming of you too, and Michael says, when this person appears, you'll feel it. A chill, a divine pull, and your soul will say, finally. You may not understand how all of this is coming together right now, but trust it is. That fight you had recently, that conversation that ended strangely, that text you never received back, all of it was part of the revealing. Heaven was shaking what was fake so only what's real could remain, and what's real is now rising. Michael continues, beloved, I fought for this message to reach you today, because if you had gone one more day without knowing this truth, the enemy's trap might have succeeded, but heaven broke it just in time. That investigator, they failed, not because of anything you did, but because of what God saw, and now the enemy is trembling. Please hear me. This is not the time to doubt your worth. You've survived storms that would have drowned others. You've stayed kind in a world that tried to make you cold. You've prayed in the dark and walked with faith even when your heart was breaking. Heaven has not forgotten. You are not cursed. You are not abandoned. You are being positioned. Every delay was a redirection. Every heartbreak was a preparation. And this very moment, this divine message, is your confirmation. And now, a small but sacred instruction from heaven. If your heart feels warm, if your spirit is trembling a little right now, subscribe to this channel, not for numbers but for alignment. When you subscribe, you are spiritually saying, I accept the divine path. I say yes to my miracle. Let your soul be counted among those who are awake, because this message was not meant for the distracted, only for the chosen. Now let's go deeper. Michael says, your home will feel different tonight. You might notice a strange peace. You might hear a sound, a whisper, maybe even a bell or chime. Don't be afraid. That's heaven making its presence known. The same angel who protected you in your childhood, they are still with you tonight. They will make sure you know. Do not ignore the signs, the flicker in the light, the song that plays exactly when you're thinking of something, the repeated numbers, the dream that keeps coming back. These are not coincidences. This is heaven's surveillance system, and you, beloved, are the most watched soul of the day. Why? Because your breakthrough has been cleared for landing. Yes, you heard that right. Archangel Michael says, your divine package is arriving, but it must be signed with awareness. If you are distracted, if you're doubting, it may pass by unnoticed. But if you stay present, if you stay listening, you will catch it and it will change everything. Beloved, this is no longer about the investigator. They have been dealt with. Now it's about your readiness, because the truth, the real truth, is not what they tried to hide. It's what heaven is about to give. Now let's go deeper. Michael says, your home will feel different tonight. You might notice a strange peace. You might hear a sound, a whisper, maybe even a bell or chime. Don't be afraid. That's heaven making its presence known. The same angel who protected you in your childhood, they are still with you tonight. They will make sure you know. Do not ignore the signs, the flicker in the light, the song that plays exactly when you're thinking of something, the repeated numbers, the dream that keeps coming back. These are not coincidences. This is heaven's surveillance system, and you, beloved, are the most watched soul of the day. Why? Because your breakthrough has been cleared for landing. Yes, you heard that right. Archangel Michael says, your divine package is arriving, but it must be signed with awareness. If you are distracted, if you're doubting, it may pass by unnoticed. But if you stay present, if you stay listening, you will catch it and it will change everything. Beloved, this is no longer about the investigator. They have been dealt with. Now it's about your readiness, because the truth, the real truth, is not what they tried to hide. It's what heaven is about to give. And what's coming is bigger than you've imagined. Yes, beloved, what's coming is bigger than they ever wanted you to believe. They made you think you were small, invisible, unseen. But the truth is, you are watched by heaven. You are written about in the scrolls of destiny. Your name has been spoken by angels, and your tears were not wasted. They were seeds, and now the harvest is beginning. Archangel Michael says, prepare, because what God is about to give you is not a reward, it's a restoration. You didn't earn it by being perfect. You were chosen because of how you stayed faithful in pain, because of how you held on when you had every reason to let go. And now the order has been signed. Restoration is in motion. But listen, before it comes, there will be one last test. Yes, a test. Michael says it's small but important. In the next 72 hours, someone from your past will try to contact you. They will use a soft voice, maybe even ask for help, but they are not being honest. Their words are bait, and their timing is not random. They sense what's coming for you, and if they can get close to you before your blessing lands, they will try to redirect it. Don't fall for it. You'll know who they are by the way your body reacts. Your soul might feel uneasy, your heart might pound, and you might feel tired after speaking to them. That's the signal. Trust it. Protect your energy like it's gold, because it is. Now, let's talk about something important, something divine. There is a child. Maybe it's your child, or maybe it's your younger self still living inside your memory. Before I continue, my beloved child, allow me to pause, for there is a sacred secret I've kept just for you, and now is the moment I choose to reveal it. Strange billionaire's secret loophole. Ever heard of Billionaire Island? Most likely not. Billionaire Island is an island in the Caribbean so small it's 150x smaller than Rhode Island. And somehow, it attracts more billionaires on average than any place on Earth. Here's where it gets interesting. Just a few weeks ago, a startling discovery was made on this very island. The top minds in neuroscience were flown there to examine the link between brain waves and wealth. Their discovery showed a tiny region in the brain, the size of a grapefruit, that was highly active in billionaires. This loophole gives anyone the power to amass immense wealth, which is why these 9 words have been called the billionaire loophole for wealth. One of those examined, this blocked, wasn't all that happy with this discovery. His name can't be said due to legal reasons, because this loophole has been passed down through generations of billionaire families, and all it takes to activate it is a 9-word secret code. What's crazy is that anyone can simply recite these 9 words, unlocking the billionaire loophole in their brain, and start attracting money, sometimes in as little as a day. Click the link in the description or comments section to unlock the secret of activate the billionaire loophole sitting dormant inside your brain. Recite these 9 words. My beloved child, now is the time to act. Step forward in faith. God bless you. That child remembers everything. The moment you were abandoned, the moment you were told to stop dreaming, the moment you believed you weren't good enough. But Michael says, go back. Speak to that child. Tell them they were never forgotten. Because the moment you acknowledge your inner child's pain, you heal timelines, you change the present, and the blessing that's coming will land not just on the version of you today, but on every version of you that cried for help along the way. This is deep healing. This is divine reversal, and it's already begun. Archangel Michael reveals something now, something rare. There's a journal in heaven, and inside it there's a list not of your sins, not of your mistakes, but of your victories. Every time you got back up, every time you forgave someone who didn't deserve it, every time you loved without being loved back. That list is what heaven uses to send angels to your door. That list is why you were chosen today. And beloved, that's not all. Someone is going to make a confession to you soon. It may happen in person. It may come through a dream or a letter, but when it happens, your soul will feel like it's standing still because deep down, you've always known what they were hiding. But now you will finally hear it out loud, and it will set you free. They hurt you, yes, but Michael says this time, their apology won't come to break you down. It will come to lift you up, because when you forgive, you are not losing power. You are reclaiming it. And the person they tried to destroy is now the one holding the light. Now breathe, just for a second. You're doing something sacred right now. You are listening to a message designed only for the chosen. Not everyone will understand what's happening here, but you do. Your spirit does, and that's enough. God is proud of you, not just for surviving, but for not changing into someone else just to be loved. You stayed soft. You stayed kind, and in this world that is rare. Michael says because of that, we've assigned 3 angels to your life this week. 1 will protect, 1 will reveal, 1 will deliver. Yes, someone is delivering something to you. A message, a truth, maybe even a literal package. It will arrive exactly when you feel like giving up. But don't wait, open it. You'll know what I mean when it happens. Heaven has already given the order. Now let me tell you something very few are ever told. There was a moment not long ago where you were being watched by darkness, not just by people, but by an unseen force. A heavy, silent energy. It wanted to cloud your mind. It wanted to break your faith. It whispered lies that felt like your own voice. But guess what? You didn't believe it. You fought back, even in silence. And in doing so, you proved to heaven that your soul was stronger than your scars. That moment didn't go unnoticed. That moment is why you're receiving this message today. Because you passed the test, and now comes the reward. Do you feel it yet? That shift in your chest, that quiet voice saying, "This is for me." That's not just a feeling. That's your soul remembering you were promised this moment before you were even born. And now you're living it. Beloved, I need you to listen closely now, because what I'm about to say may feel unbelievable, but it's true. There is a name written in the book of protection, and it's yours. Heaven held a meeting about you this week. Yes, about you. Your name was brought forward, your story was placed on the altar, and angels wept when they heard what you've been through quietly. The kind of pain no one claps for, the kind of betrayal no one noticed. But heaven noticed. I noticed. And that's when God stood up and said, "Enough." This child will not suffer another silent blow. Send Michael now. And so I came with fire in my voice, with light in my hands, and with this message in my heart only for you. Michael says, the plan to destroy your peace has officially been exposed. The private investigator was just the surface. There's more. There's a spiritual battle taking place around your name, and God has called all of heaven's guards to your side. That's how serious your life is. That's how powerful your purpose is. And that's how watched your future is, both by darkness and by light. But don't let that make you afraid. Let it make you aware, because the enemy would not be fighting you this hard if you weren't carrying something holy. Let me speak to the part of you that's been doubting, the part that thinks you're too broken, too late, too lost. That voice is not your own. It's an echo from the enemy's mouth, and today we silence it forever. And now you're living it. Beloved, I need you to listen closely now, because what I'm about to say may feel unbelievable, but it's true. There is a name written in the book of protection, and it's yours. Heaven held a meeting about you this week. Yes, about you. Your name was brought forward, your story was placed on the altar, and angels wept when they heard what you've been through quietly. The kind of pain no one claps for, the kind of betrayal no one noticed. But heaven noticed. I noticed. And that's when God stood up and said, enough. This child will not suffer another silent blow. Send Michael now. And so I came with fire in my voice, with light in my hands, and with this message in my heart only for you. Michael says, the plan to destroy your peace has officially been exposed. The private investigator was just the surface. There's more. There's a spiritual battle taking place around your name, and God has called all of heaven's guards to your side. That's how serious your life is. That's how powerful your purpose is. And that's how watched your future is, both by darkness and by light. But don't let that make you afraid. Let it make you aware, because the enemy would not be fighting you this hard if you weren't carrying something holy. Let me speak to the part of you that's been doubting, the part that thinks you're too broken, too late, too lost. That voice is not your own. It's an echo from the enemy's mouth, and today we silence it forever. You are not late. You are not behind. You are on time. Michael says divine timing is not measured by clocks, it's measured by readiness. And you, beloved, are finally ready. Ready to be loved properly, ready to receive what you used to chase, ready to walk into rooms and not shrink, ready to say no without guilt, ready to forgive without losing yourself, ready to speak and be heard. And because you're ready, God is moving. You might not see it yet, but it's happening quietly, swiftly, perfectly. Now I have one more instruction, and it's simple. If your soul feels lighter or your eyes feel warm right now, subscribe, not for the sake of content, but for the sake of commitment. You are saying to heaven, I will not run anymore. I will listen. I am ready. And when you make that declaration in faith, angels are dispatched to clear your path. Yes, right now, as you listen, as you breathe, angels are moving. And here's what they're about to do. Michael says, in the next 7 days, I will remove 3 obstacles that have blocked this soul's joy. I will expose 2 people hiding deception. And I will open 1 divine door that was once sealed shut. Let that settle. Can you feel it? The spiritual pressure shifting. That's how you know it's real. Now I must tell you something I don't tell everyone. You were born with a sealed vision. It's hidden in the center of your spirit. It's what makes you different. It's why you sometimes feel too deep for this world, why you cry over things others laugh at, why you see signs when others see coincidence. That vision is sacred, but the pain you went through almost buried it. Michael says, no more. Your vision is returning. You'll begin to dream more vividly, to feel emotions from people without them saying a word, to hear names in your sleep, to feel the wind shift and know something is about to happen. These are not random. These are gifts that are being reactivated. Why now? Because the time has come. The investigator was not just watching your life. They were sent to monitor your energy, to report back to someone who didn't want you to become what God destined. But they failed because light cannot be tracked in darkness, and destiny cannot be paused by fear. Michael says, I have erased every false record made about you in the spirit. I have replaced it with your true name, and now the truth is what will go before you. You'll notice the shift. People will treat you differently. Some will suddenly move away. Others will draw closer and say they feel safe near you, even if they don't know why. Don't doubt it. Your soul has changed frequency. You've been upgraded without warning. This is what divine reversal looks like. What was meant to trap you has become your testimony. Now I need you to prepare, because the most shocking part is still coming. Michael says what you are about to hear is the part no one told you, the final piece, the reason they watched you, the reason they were afraid of your next move. Beloved, you are an heir. Yes, spiritually, energetically, and even materially, there is something with your name on it. A blessing, a promise, a property, a purpose, something left behind, something God never allowed anyone to take, not fully. And that is what they were trying to uncover. That's what the investigator was looking for. But heaven hid it because heaven didn't want the enemy to find it before you were ready to hold it. Archangel Michael says the inheritance has been unlocked. The scroll has been opened. The person meant to guide you to it is now being awakened. You may feel a pull to go somewhere soon, a different place, a visit, a short trip, or even a dream that keeps calling your attention. Follow it, because someone connected to your destiny is about to reveal themselves. And they will come with evidence, not a theory, but proof. Proof that you were lied to. Proof that something was kept from you. Proof that someone pretended to protect you but was only protecting their own secret. But heaven is done with secrets. This is your season of revelation. The truth is about to break open. It may come through a shocking message, a voicemail, a letter, a sudden confession. And when it comes, you'll finally understand why you went through so much, why certain people walked away, why you were delayed, why the attacks never stopped. Because if you had reached this place too early, you might have let the wrong people sit at your table. But now your table is sacred, and only those sent by God will be allowed near. Michael says, "This is your final warning to protect your circle. Look closely at who claps for you, who listens when you speak, who disappears when you need them most. These things are not small, they are signs." The investigator thought they could write your ending, but only God holds the pen to your life. And today, God is writing in bold letters, restoration, justice, miracle. Yes, a miracle. Something is coming into your life that you didn't pray for recently but cried for years ago. And God never forgot that tear. Heaven never forgot that moment. That cry reached the gates, and the reply is now on its way. It may not come how you expect it. It may not even come from who you expect, but it will come. And when it does, you'll cry, but not from pain, from confirmation, because this message was real. Now, listen carefully. Michael says this message is being sealed with angelic protection. As you finish listening, you are not the same person who started. Your spirit has been marked with divine recognition. Darkness now sees it, and it will tremble. You may feel lightheaded, emotional, tired, or strangely calm. That's not by accident. That's spiritual weight leaving your body. It's the removal of energies that no longer belong to you. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. You are chosen, and I, Michael, have one last thing to say. But now your table is sacred, and only those sent by God will be allowed near. Michael says, "This is your final warning to protect your circle. Look closely at who claps for you, who listens when you speak, who disappears when you need them most. These things are not small, they are signs." The investigator thought they could write your ending, but only God holds the pen to your life. And today, God is writing in bold letters, restoration, justice, miracle. Yes, a miracle. Something is coming into your life that you didn't pray for recently but cried for years ago. And God never forgot that tear. Heaven never forgot that moment. That cry reached the gates, and the reply is now on its way. It may not come how you expect it. It may not even come from who you expect, but it will come. And when it does, you'll cry, but not from pain, from confirmation, because this message was real. Now listen carefully. Michael says, "This message is being sealed with angelic protection." As you finish listening, you are not the same person who started. Your spirit has been marked with divine recognition. Darkness now sees it, and it will tremble. You may feel lightheaded, emotional, tired, or strangely calm. That's not by accident. That's spiritual weight leaving your body. It's the removal of energies that no longer belong to you. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. You are chosen, and I, Michael, have one last thing to say. I will stand by your door tonight, no matter where you are, no matter how quiet the room is. I will stand with flaming wings and guard you as you sleep. And when you rise tomorrow, you will notice the shift. The heaviness will be gone. The clarity will return. And the truth, the one you've waited so long to hear, will begin its journey toward you. Beloved, this is not just a video. It's a moment heaven planned just for you. If you felt seen, touched, protected by this message, take this one small step. Subscribe to this channel right now, not for views, for your vow. You are saying, I choose to be aligned with heaven's timeline. I open the door. And the moment you do, heaven will respond, because this is the beginning of your divine reversal. And the investigator, gone, removed, forgotten by God, but you are remembered forever. Amen. There's something God has been waiting to say to you for a long time, something sacred, not wrapped in punishment, not dripping in fear, but soaked in love. My child, you are not too much. You are not too soft. You are not too late. You are not broken. You are not forgotten. You are not weak. You are exactly who I made you to be. And even though the people closest to you have misunderstood you, misused you, or manipulated your compassion, God never did. Heaven has seen every single tear you cried in silence, the ones you wiped away quickly before anyone could notice, the ones you cried in a bathroom or in the middle of the night while pretending everything was fine. But you don't need to pretend anymore. You don't need to be strong every second just so others can be comfortable, because tonight, God is holding you. Yes, you. Not just your sister, not your family, not the ones who take and never notice you. You, the one who tries to hold everyone else together while you quietly fall apart inside. You, the one who has forgiven people who never even apologized. You, the one who gets dreams from heaven but keeps doubting whether they're real. You, the one who sometimes wants to walk away from everyone but still chooses love again. God is saying to you now, I see you. I'm not disappointed in you. I'm proud of how far you've come, even when no one else noticed. And I'm not done blessing you yet. Archangel Michael is still here. He never left your side, not for a second. He's been watching you since childhood. He knows how many times you were silenced, how many times you put others ahead of your own healing, how many times you almost lost hope but didn't. Michael says, beloved, you are heaven's miracle in motion. The battle was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to wake you up. And now that you're awake, you're untouchable, not untouchable in pride but in purpose. Because now the divine realm has begun rearranging people, plans, and paths for your sake. You'll see it soon. Random texts will come in from people you haven't spoken to in years. You'll be called into rooms you never imagined entering. Suddenly, what was hard to get will arrive without effort, not because it's random, but because you aligned. You aligned with truth. You aligned with heaven, and now blessings will align with you. Even your sister, yes, even her, will look at you one day and wonder how you stayed so soft after all that pain, how you kept your heart open, how you stayed kind when she was cold. And in that moment, she will remember this light. She may never say it in words, but she'll feel it, and your spirit will know, because the greatest miracles aren't the ones people see. They're the ones heaven feels. And beloved, heaven feels you. Heaven heard you that night you whispered, "God, if you're real, please just show me a sign." This message is that sign, not a coincidence, not an accident, not an algorithm. This was God bending time, space, and circumstance just to whisper back to you, "Yes, I'm real. Yes, I'm here. Yes, I heard you. And yes, I choose you." Before I continue, my beloved child, allow me to pause, for there is a sacred secret I've kept just for you, and now is the moment I choose to reveal it. This prayer almost made me cheat on my wife. She cried so hard after listening. I need to share something extraordinary that happened to my friend's wife, Emily. For as long as I've known her, Emily was shy and reserved. She never wore heels. She said they made her feel awkward and out of place. Instead, she stuck to flats and sneakers, blending into the background wherever she went. All of a sudden, something changed. What happened next stunned everyone around her, including me. Emily's confidence began to grow. She walked taller, spoke more boldly, and started embracing her femininity in ways we'd never seen before. And then it happened. Emily showed up wearing heels. Not just any heels, stunning, elegant ones that matched her newfound confidence. She looked radiant, like she'd stepped out of a movie. She even bought a new Mercedes from her raise. For a moment, I didn't even recognize her. I couldn't believe it was the same Emily. Her presence was magnetic, and she carried herself with an energy I couldn't ignore. I'm not proud to admit this, but I felt something shift in me, an overwhelming admiration for her transformation. When I asked her what brought on this change, Emily simply smiled and said, "It's this ancient prayer." It didn't just bless me, it awakened the confidence and luck I didn't know I had. This isn't just about wearing heels. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, the version you've always known was waiting to shine. And all she did was just recite or listen to these few simple words. Click the link in the description or comments section to unlock the secret. Anyways, if you want to see how quickly you can activate that level of confidence and have lucky things happen to you, check out this short video here. My beloved child, now is the time to act. Step forward in faith. God bless you. So take this message with you now. Let it live in your bones. Let it echo in your chest. Let it drip into your tomorrow. And when you feel the darkness try to creep in again, just say, "I know who I am now. I am the one heaven speaks to. I am the one Michael fights for. I am the one God walks with. And beloved, you are never alone. You never were and you never will be. Even if everyone else falls silent, heaven will still speak. Even if your sister walks away, angels will stay. Even if the world doesn't see your worth, God already crowned you in gold. So tonight, rest easy. Rest knowing your name has been spoken in divine meetings. Rest knowing your house is now protected. Rest knowing that this message wasn't just a warning. It was a beginning. And now, as you step forward into your new chapter, repeat these last words to your soul with power, with peace, and with divine fire. I am not cursed. I am not confused. I am not too late. I am chosen. I am rising. I am ready. Go now, beloved. Go into your tomorrow with the roar of angels behind you, the breath of God within you, and the shield of Michael over your shoulders. And never again forget this. Your story is not over. It's only just begun. Yes, beloved, let's go even deeper, because when the soul is finally still enough to receive the full weight of heaven's truth, the message doesn't just end. It begins breathing through you. That's what's happening now. You are no longer reading. You are being transformed. Every word you've allowed into your spirit is rewriting what pain once wrote in silence. So now, close your eyes for a second, and then open your heart even wider, because the next words are meant to be felt, not just understood. Do you remember the first time your heart broke? Not just from love, but from disappointment, betrayal, confusion, from trusting someone you were never supposed to question. Yes, heaven saw that moment too. The day innocence cracked, the day you started doubting your worth, the day you realized not every I love you was real, the day you stopped trusting as freely, the day you started protecting your heart more than letting it bloom. But today, God wants to reverse what happened that day, because what was stolen from you back then, your safety, your certainty, your full trust in yourself, is being returned right now in ways you can't even measure. The message about your sister was just the door, but behind that door, beloved, was a garden filled with every version of you that ever felt like too much, too quiet, too emotional, too soft, too forgotten. And now that garden is growing again. You are returning to yourself, and this time, no one gets to take that away from you. Not the people who misjudged you, not the family who tried to clip your wings, not the moments you second-guessed your path, not even your sister's hidden actions. Because God has sealed you now. The seal is spiritual. It cannot be touched, broken, or stolen. It cannot be faked, copied, or removed. It is the mark of divine identity. It says, this one belongs to heaven. So what happens next? Something holy, something rare, something only those who have been through the fire get to experience. You are entering what heaven calls a restoration season, but not just any kind of restoration. This one is personal, specific, sacred, supernatural. What was taken from your life in unfair ways, whether by your sister's choices, your family's silence, or life's cruel timing, will return not as it was, but as something better. The friendships that fell apart, you're about to attract ones that feel like home. The money you lost, you're about to walk into unexpected abundance that will make your jaw drop. The peace that used to come and go, it's going to wrap around you like air, like sunlight, like a second skin. But most of all, the love you gave without being fully seen, that love is coming back to you now in waves, in layers, in divine appointments that will feel like miracles wearing human faces. So don't panic when old things fall away in the coming days. That's not rejection, it's realignment. And don't chase what tries to leave, because God is making room for bigger, for purer, for higher. And your sister, whether she joins you in this next chapter or not, know this: you have forgiven her in the spirit. You've set her soul free.